The United Kingdom? Home to royal castles, ancient legends, and chilling mysteries no one can explain. From vanishing villages to haunted phone calls from the afterlife, some of the strangest events in British history remain unsolved. These mysteries linger in the fog, in the shadows beneath ancient stones, and in whispered tales passed down through generations. So, as we set off on this journey, prepare to leave certainty behind. The truth is often stranger and far more unsettling than fiction. Our first story takes us to the remote Flannan Isles, Scotland, December 1900. 3 lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace. The scene they left behind was chilling: a stopped clock, an untouched meal, and a coat still on its hook. The logbook described a storm so fierce it terrified even these seasoned men, yet no such storm was recorded. Theories abound: a freak wave, a fight gone wrong, abduction, or something otherworldly, but none explain the untouched meal or the missing men. The official story is a wave swept them away, but the details don't quite fit. The Flannan Isles lighthouse stands as a monument to an unsolved question. Was it nature's wrath, human error, or something stranger? Over a century later, the mystery endures, whispered on the Scottish wind. 3 men, guardians of the light, swallowed by darkness, leaving only cryptic clues. Sometimes the simplest explanations can't quiet the unease. The Flannan Isles remain a haunting reminder of how easily we can vanish. In 1971, 2 boys in Hexham, Northumberland, unearthed 2 small stone heads in their garden. Soon after, their family experienced chilling phenomena: cold presences, objects moving, and sightings of a half-man, half-goat figure. The heads seemed to carry the haunting with them, affecting anyone who possessed them. Dr. Anne Ross, a Celtic artifact expert, took the heads for study, and the disturbances followed her home. Analysis revealed the heads were made from a unique crystalline material, possibly containing bone and hair. Then, a man claimed he'd made the heads in 1956 as toys, but the material didn't match his story. Were there 2 sets of heads, or was something ancient at work? Eventually, the Hexham heads vanished, never to be seen again. Was it mass hysteria, a child's prank, or a genuine relic of dark folklore? With the heads gone, the truth is lost. The legend of the Hexham heads and the werewolf that followed remains a chilling piece of Northumbrian mystery. Sometimes what we dig up should stay buried. Some mysteries are best left unsolved. In 1954, a well-dressed man arrived at a London airport with a passport from Taured, a country that didn't exist. He insisted Taured was real, located between France and Spain, and his passport appeared authentic, complete with legitimate visa stamps. But every detail of his identity unraveled. His company, hotel, and even his homeland were unknown to anyone else. Authorities detained him in a guarded hotel room, confiscating his documents. By morning, he and all evidence had vanished from a locked, sealed room. No one saw him leave, and his passport disappeared from airport security. Was he a time traveler, a visitor from a parallel world, or an elaborate hoax? The man from Taured left behind only questions. A glitch in reality, or a story too strange to be true? We may never know. Sometimes the world's borders are stranger than we imagine. The mystery lingers unsolved. Where did the man from Taured go? In 1984, Ken Webster in Dodleston, Cheshire, found strange messages on his BBC microcomputer. The sender, Lucas, claimed to live in the same house in 1546. The messages, written in archaic English, described Tudor life and referenced obscure historical details, later verified by experts. A third entity, 2109, claimed to be from the future, warning both men about their dangerous experiment. The conversations spanned centuries, with messages appearing even when the computer was unplugged. Was it a hoax, a glitch, or a genuine cross-temporal communication? The messages eventually stopped, leaving only transcripts behind. The Dodleston messages challenge our understanding of time, technology, and reality. Was it a digital haunting or something more? The truth remains locked in the past and in the code. Hulson's, Devon, was a thriving fishing village until it vanished into the sea. In 1897, the Royal Navy dredged away the village's protective shingle beach, ignoring warnings from locals. The sea quickly began to reclaim the land, and by 1917 a storm destroyed nearly every home. Miraculously, all the villagers survived, but their world was gone overnight. Today, only ruins remain, a ghostly scar on the coastline. Legends say you can still hear church bells beneath the waves, or see lights where homes once stood. Hall Sands isn't a mystery of what happened, but why it was allowed. The real ghosts are the memories of a community lost to greed and neglect. Sometimes the greatest mysteries are man-made. The sea took Hall Sands, but the story endures, a warning from the past echoing on the shore. Some losses can never be reclaimed. On the Isle of Eigg, a beach sings when you walk on its dry quartz sand. The sound, a hum or whisper, has baffled scientists for centuries. The prevailing theory is friction between perfectly round quartz grains, but the phenomenon is rare and unpredictable. Local legend tells of a piper whose dying breath was absorbed by the sand, his music echoing whenever someone walks the beach. Science explains the how, but not the why or the feeling of ancient sorrow in the song. Is it physics or the echo of a tragedy? On Eigg, the rational and the mystical collide. The sand sings and the legend feels real. Sometimes the land remembers. In 1977, the Hodgson family in Enfield, North London, was tormented by strange phenomena: moving furniture, flying toys, and chilling voices. 11-year-old Janet became the focus, speaking in a guttural voice claiming to be a previous resident. Investigators and police witnessed events they couldn't explain, and the case became a media sensation. Skeptics accused the children of faking some incidents, but many witnesses stood by their accounts. Was it a haunting, a hoax, or something in between? The Enfield Poltergeist remains one of Britain's most debated paranormal cases. Eyewitnesses, photographs, and recordings fuel the controversy. The truth is elusive, caught between belief and skepticism. The haunting eventually faded, but the questions remain. Was it a troubled spirit or clever children? The mystery endures, unsettling as ever. In 1804, London's Hammersmith was gripped by fear of a ghost terrorizing the streets. Vigilantes patrolled at night, and one, Francis Smith, shot a figure he believed was the ghost. The victim was Thomas Millwood, a bricklayer in white work clothes. Smith was tried for murder, arguing he genuinely thought he was shooting a ghost. The court found him guilty, but the sentence was reduced to manslaughter. The ghost was later revealed to be a prankster. The case forced the law to confront belief versus reality. Sometimes fear is more dangerous than any phantom. The Hammersmith ghost is a reminder. Belief can have deadly consequences. Justice, like the supernatural, is rarely clear-cut. Rainham Hall, Norfolk is famous for the Brown Lady ghost, but now it's known for mysterious voices caught on tape. Investigators record electronic voice phenomena, whispers and names like Dorothy that seem to answer questions. Skeptics blame interference or imagination, but the consistency of the recordings is hard to ignore. Are these echoes of the past or just our minds seeking patterns? Technology gives us new ways to listen for ghosts, but the answers remain elusive. The whispers from Rainham Hall are a modern mystery in an ancient house. Are we recording spirits or our own desire to believe? The static holds its secrets. Liverpool's Bold Street is famous for time slips, moments when people find themselves in the past. Witnesses describe the street transforming old shops, vintage cars, and people in period dress. Some even enter vanished stores, only to return to the present moments later. The most famous case: an off-duty officer entered a shop that hadn't existed for decades. Explanations range from hallucinations to wrinkles in space-time. Skeptics call it false memory, but the number of similar reports is striking. On Bold Street, the past sometimes feels just a step away. Is it a trick of the mind or a genuine overlap of eras? The phenomenon remains unexplained. Sometimes history isn't just remembered, it's relived. On Bold Street, time is never quite what it seems. So what do you think? Are these just strange coincidences, hoaxes, or signs of something beyond our understanding? Let us know in the comments, and if you've experienced something mysterious in the UK, we want to hear it. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Next time we're diving into haunted forests where no one comes back the same.